What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, and I'm back with another video, man. And you already know what I need you to do. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification bell, because it does go a long way with helping out the channel. This is your first time. Welcome to Home and Nuts Podcast. We talk about everything semen retention and no fap. If you stumbled across this channel, it's no accident. I already know why you're here. You're tired of releasing on your keyboards, your laptops, and your desktops. You're tired of being manipulated and dominated by female culture, man. Listen, you're in the right place. If you already been rocking with your boy, man, you already know the love is real. So without further ado, man, let's get into the video. Guys, the only leverage a female has is sex. That's it. That's the only leverage a female has. That's the only power she can exert over you if you allow it. In this video, I'm going to be speaking to you in more general terms, more practical terms, just to come at you with a practical viewpoint for you to understand and gauge any situation that you're currently in with a female, or any situation that you're in just being in the world system and being attacked via social media, being attacked via your flesh, or being attacked via Satan or a woman herself, right? The only leverage a female has is sex. That's it. That's where they get their value. Now, again, I'm speaking in general terms, so please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. But I'm saying to you specifically as a man. This is a video for men. I want you to really understand what I'm saying here. There's a reason why the media, social media, everywhere you turn is geared to get you to buy into the fact of putting women on pedestals. This is not a woman hating video. This is just facts. This is just reality. And once you buy into elevating that woman in your mind above the place where she's supposed to be, you're hooked. You're trapped. They have their hooks inside of you. And their number one weapon that they're going to use against you, whether to buy products, whether to stay in a relationship you shouldn't be staying in, whatever the case may be, they're going to use your sexual appetite against you. The only leverage that a woman has in this world against a man is sex. And that's only if a man allows her to have that leverage. This is why we have channels like this. Hold my nuts. You have to understand, you have to learn how to master your sexual energy. Do we want to bust? Yes, sometimes we want to bust. We want to let loose. We want to get wild and crazy. I understand it. But you have to be able to control your sexual appetite. You have to be able to turn that thing off, right? You have to be able to go without. You have to be able to have a hard stance against any type of evil that is out to make you a slave, whether that be porn, whether that be a female, whether that be a bad relationship. Do not allow sex, the craving of sex, to control your life. Because if you do, you will be a free slave. You will be out here and you will be subjugated to whatever sexual desires that you have for whatever person or for whatever outlet you want to release. Some guys are hooked on going to strip clubs. Some guys are hooked on going to nightclubs. Some guys are hooked on watching porn. Some guys are hooked on one night stands. There's a plethora of different ways you can be hooked. Some guys are hooked on prostitution. But all of these things are attacking your need for sexual expression. You have to control your sexual appetite. You have to have that in check. I'm pausing because I didn't plug this laptop in and it's going to go out. So give me a second, man. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So let me plug this in real quick. My apologies. I should have had that prepared. There we go. So you want to have that intact, man, because if you're in a relationship with a woman and you're captivated by having sex with this woman, she's going to use that as leverage over you. If you've given her that impression, if you've shown that type of behavior, you're going to be dominated. When you understand the one fundamental truth, and again, I'm speaking in general terms and in practical terms. If you can understand that the only leverage, the only power that can be exerted over you is sexual power. That's what this whole world is based on. If you can control your sexual appetite, you build a mechanism of defense against all manipulation. Guys, this is what you got to understand. Again, I'm speaking to you in general terms. I can't stress that enough. So I'm not advocating for you to go out there and do a whole bunch of wild and crazy things. I'm just giving you some practicality, and I'm trying to drive home the point. If you understand what I'm saying, hit the like button, please, because I want this video to get out and I want men to get it. The only leverage that a woman has over you is your sexual appetite. If you get control over your sexual appetite, you don't have to bust. You don't have to sleep with her. You don't have to do these things. There's nothing she can do to manipulate you or control you. In the wide scope of things, this one particular woman is not your only option. There are a plethora of options that you have available to you. The reason I'm saying this is because when you understand that the only thing that women can do to manipulate you is through sex. So when you take that away from them, what else do they really have? Nothing. They can't use any secondary thing to manipulate you and control you. In most cases, if you don't want to give all of your money to OnlyFans, if you don't want to give all your money to porn sites, if you don't want to give all your money to prostitution, you have to control your sexual appetite. Otherwise, you will be manipulated by porn. You'll be manipulated by prostitution. You'll be manipulated by OnlyFans. You'll be manipulated by women in general. You will be manipulated. Take the power back by focusing on yourself, focusing on how to control your own desires. This is where discipline comes into play. You have to be able to exert discipline in situations that are life preserving. Don't allow yourself to be controlled and manipulated by anything that's targeting your sexual appetite. Because if you do, you're going to set yourself up for a world of trouble. If you can stop having sex with a person that you're having problems and conflict with, You can eliminate a lot of problems out of your life. If you can control your sexual urges, you can stop watching porn and take back the time that you were watching porn and do something better for yourself. If you can control your sexual appetite and you have the power over it, you don't have to go out here and do all these stupid things that guys do for women. You don't have to go and like a million pictures on Instagram. You don't have to go buy a girl drinks. You don't have to do any of that. If you can control your sexual appetite, and what happens is once you learn how to control and master your sexual appetite, you're going to find that you're going to have better options anyway. You're going to have better options. Better things are going to come your way because you're going to be magnetic. You're going to have a magnetism about you, a presence about you that will draw people to you, that will draw situations to you. You're going to have an exuding confidence. But this only comes about when you can control your sexual appetite. Guys, in relationships, man, you get dominated because you wanna bust, you wanna release. I get it, I understand. You wanna release, but you have to control it. Otherwise, you're gonna be manipulated because it'll be a situation where you shouldn't reach out to this person. You shouldn't do it, but because you want to get one off, you're gonna disregard all the BS this person has done, just so you can get one off. And that's really the only reason you're doing it. You don't really even care about the other person like that. And also from your vantage point, it's not really good because you're looking at this person like an object. Because how could you really look past all the BS that they're doing? How could you look past it if you wasn't looking at this person as an inanimate object? You really got to sit back and have some self-introspection going on. And ask yourself, why am I doing things? You know, don't be dominated by your sexual appetite. It's hard at first, especially if you just first started semen retention. Man, it's hard. It's hard, man. I remember when I first started, you get on the streak, man, you go on like 5 streaks in your first month. But the more you do it, the more you practice it, you start understanding how your body works. You start understanding, the pitfalls, the mistakes you made. You start understanding your weaknesses better, and you start being able to pivot so you don't run into those same mistakes. And as you get stronger and you go on longer streaks, then that's when you start building up that ability to be able to control and garner your sexual energy. You got to. If guys all over the world say, you know what, man, we taking a break. We ain't smashing. What'll happen? But it's the dudes out there who can't control their sexual appetite that mess it up for everybody. Listen, man, I lived that life. I lived it. I know what it's like. And I ain't talking about no simping life. I wasn't doing none of that. But I'm just saying, living a normal guy life. A normal single guy life. And what happens is, even when you are not quote unquote simping, you're still wasting your time. You're still wasting your energy. You're still wasting resources by putting a certain amount of focus on your sexual appetite. Things you could be getting done. I know we're not going to be monks. I know we're going to go a whole life without releasing. I get that. But we have to control it. We have to learn to control it. We have to get better at it. Man, it's a book in the Bible that I never really liked to read, and now it's giving me a lot of hope. And that's the book of Ecclesiastes. I never liked the book of Ecclesiastes because it felt like just a hopeless book. It seemed like everything I did that was meaningful to me, the book made it seem as if it was nothing. It was worthless. There was no point in doing it. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But now reading back through the book of Ecclesiastes, it's putting things in perspective for me. It's putting things in perspective. So you don't feel like, you're wasting your life. It's telling you how to go about living your life. And if we can meditate on like a book like Ecclesiastes, you should really get into that book. And I've read the book before, but I read through it pretty fast because I ain't really like the vibes it was giving. But right now I started reading through it today, and I'm through like chapter 4. I might finish the book tonight, but we got to refocus. We have to recenter as men. We have to refocus and we have to recenter. Do not allow yourself to be manipulated, and understand the number one weapon being used against you is sexual leverage. Take away sex from a woman, take away the power of sex. She has nothing against you. She has nothing over you. Nothing. Porn, all these different things that attack us as men, has nothing over you, has nothing on you. Go out, make your money, get your bag, make adjustments. You have to make adjustments in life. Don't be afraid to make adjustments or care about what people think. Make adjustments, learn how to pivot, all while maintaining your sexual energy. This is Hold My Nuts Podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to holler back at y'all in the next video. Peace, man. I'm out.